Imogene and her roommate Sara, the sister of rock star Jake Murphy, have arrived in New York City from their small-town college in Western Maryland. Their mission is to meet with Jake and his now famous band at their studio, and convince them to perform at the college's upcoming homecoming concert. This could be a tough sell, since the band was expelled from the school 2 years before for too much carousing. What persuasive arguments can Imogene and Sara dream up?
I'm gonna try to seduce Byron. He's the brilliant lyricist and rhythm guitarist, in case you've forgotten. He's always had the hots for me. Meanwhile, why don't you see what you can do with my brother?
Whoa there. Missed me that much?
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm so clumsy.
Listen, I'm sorry if I mistreated you back at school. I knew you had the hots for me, and maybe it seemed like I was making you the butt of my jokes. I mean, you were such a shy young thing.
It's okay. I mean, it's not exactly okay. But it could be if you let me talk to you now. You see, I want to write my senior thesis in English about you. About the poetic influences in your music.
Far out. You see, sometimes I get goofy around pretty girls. That's not the real me, though. You see that, don't you? I feel like I could be myself around you.
Are you coming back to college to play at the dance, like you promised your sister?
My sister is just trying to use me. But could you make it worth my while? You should know, I haven't written a song in 6 months. The band is breaking up. We'd crap up the joint. But I'll come if I can get some action.
This isn't about getting some action. It's about the concert. Getting back to your roots on campus would be just the thing to fire up your musical mojo.
Sorry. I don't see it happening.
Murphy, you're losing your sexual touch. Besides being a musical has-been.
Come closer and say that.
Stop fighting, you two. That won't accomplish anything.
But it looks like Byron's right. I'm trying to put the moves on you, and all you want to do is interview me for some lame thesis. My fragile musician's ego won't take any more. So why don't you just leave?
Not until I've convinced you that you can still be the rock musician and songwriter you used to be. The one whom I've idolized for years. You need to come back to college and rediscover yourself. At least try.
Forget it. I'm going into the studio. Leave me alone.
How can you call yourself a musician if you can't even write a song anymore? You should be thanking Sara for trying to revive your career, instead of accusing her of using you. What did I miss? And what's wrong with Jake? I think he's mad because I wouldn't let him seduce me. After all, that's not why we're here. What do you mean, that's not why we're here? If that's what it takes to get the band on board, that's what we've got to do.
Sara and Imogene get into a shouting match. It goes on for several minutes, getting louder and louder. Finally, Jake bursts out of his studio and gets in between them.
Would you two bitches connect? I'm trying to write a song.
You're composing again? That's wonderful.
Yeah, and you interrupted my inspiration. I'd have it done by now if you two weren't distracting me.
Jake returns to his studio and slams the door. Imogene and Sara look at each other in wonderment, followed by relief.
Oh my god, it's a miracle. He's writing a song, for the first time in months. I'm sure now that he'll agree to play at our concert. You got that right. The concert is saved, and so is my thesis.